Hey everybody, it's your boy Comics Division. Wait a sec. That's not right. Hey Bob! Can I get a mulligan? Hey true believers, Comics Division here. No, that's also not right. Welcome back to another broadcast. I'm pretty sure that's not it either. Don't panic. Just watch one of your previous videos. When was that, last month? Shit, really? Has it been that long? Alright, here we go. The Bernie Wrightson video. Alright, intro, good. Oh, that's how it went. Duh. Welcome back, Pixel Nation. Comics Division here. How? God damn it. Mulligan. Welcome back, Pixel Nation. Comics Division here. How the hell are you? And yes, actually, that last fuck up was legitimate. I mean, I kind of turned it into a joke, but I actually really did start coughing. Because that's how things have been. So tonight, we're going to be talking about The Avengers, Gleaming the Cube. If you don't remember Gleaming the Cube, it's a really bad skating movie from the late 80s.
Adults are predictable. They expect you to behave as though what you do today is going to have an effect on where you'll be in 30 years. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that there's going to be anything in 30 years. I don't know what's worse, you know? Being blown up in nuclear war or having a 7-Eleven on every corner.
Yep. That movie. I actually saw that in the theater, you know. Not proud of it. And I'll be honest with you, it's pretty fucking bad. But it's better than this book. It's like they dug up some writer from the 80s, and they didn't realize that it was 2018, and that was like the last thing they remembered how to write was, for the 80s. Because the dialogue is bad and cheesy, and quite frankly, terrible. It's kind of sad, actually. Speaking of terrible things from the 80s, this book is kind of a ripoff of Moonraker. It's, seriously, Ralph, I mean, do you realize it's 2018, because I feel like you got hit in the head somehow. So anyway, Black Widow is infiltrating this organization called Lunar, Life Under Natural Authoritarian Rule. Yeah. Yep. So Black Widow springs into action, taking out the first bad guy, but decides to stop and then proceed to take off her disguise because, you know, that's what you do when you're about to kick the fuck out of a bunch of people. You take off the skin-tight outfit that is underneath your skin-tight outfit because, you know, it's not gonna take like 5 minutes to take off. And, you can't see the face of agony I'm making because of how fucking retarded this is. But it's there. I'm in so much pain right now. So instead of having some really badass panels where Black Widow's going and kicking some ass, you have a bunch of really bad one-liners that I guess Ralph Macchio got punched in the head one too many times when he was making The Karate Kid. Now here's another example of the dialogue that makes me want to go hang myself.
Hey boys, I heard this intel months back about a lethal new organization called Lunar. They're planning on overthrowing the world's governments by taking out their militaries. Old story, new uniforms. So I did some digging, infiltrating the group, sabotaging it from within. Wearing their skin-tight uniforms over my skin-tight uniform. It puts the lotion on its skin.
Now this all seems to be very paint by numbers explaining everything to the fucking audience. Cause Falcon's like, hey Panther man, isn't like vibranium from your country? And he's like, yeah Falcon, Vibranium's from my country. It's getting stolen all the time because apparently we have really shitty security. Because we really need to build that border wall to keep out those thieves. Because they're all bad people. And maybe there's some good on both sides. Anyway, so Black Widow's like, hey bitches, check out what's in this briefcase. It's a piece of the cosmic cube. And everyone's like, holy fucking shit. They have to go and stand up. Well, at least partially. I mean, look at that. It's like fucking stupid. So what's happening is Lunar is using vibranium and fragments of the cosmic cube to build super weapons, which they... Nice, I go and hit the microphone. Which they're gonna go use and take out the world's militaries. Just like this helicarrier here. Bang, zoom. Yay. How original. Storytelling's dead. Another fine example of lazy writing. This part cracks me up, if you think about it. They're wearing their uniforms underneath their spacesuits. I mean, come on. Do you really think they'll be able to walk? I mean, maybe with the exception of Black Panther, because the magic vibranium armor? I don't know. And of course, Cap has a shield on the outside of his spacesuit, and I'm sure Falcon's wings are comfortably tucked in that spacesuit, not causing any kind of mobility issues whatsoever. No. Oh, and he's also wearing his goggles too, because that wouldn't be inconvenient. And Panther has his mask on. That's equally stupid. And how do they get into this lunar base? Get it? Because they're on the moon? And the organization's called Lunar? The Lunar Moon Base? The Lunar Base? Okay, I'm moving on now. Okay, so they slip in through an unguarded back door because that makes a lot of fucking sense. Let's put a back door in, leave it unguarded because, you know, at some point the Avengers are going to show up to ruin your plans because that's what happens in Bond movies. And clearly this is a Bond movie fucking ripoff. So after they manage to gain entry into the lunar base, what do? They take off their spacesuits for like 10 fucking minutes. Because I'm pretty sure that's how long it takes. No security systems, no guards, no nothing. Hey, no big deal, man. We'll get out of these bulky spacesuits that are skin tight. Because that's what happens when you're an Avenger or something. I love how they go and fucking spell out everything here. And Cap's like, hey, above, gun turrets, they're coming out of the ceiling. Panther, use your vibranium gauntlets. You know, it's not like they didn't show it or anything, and he's like, the laser beams have been deflected, but the weapons continue to assault. Not for long, T'Challa. I'll throw my magic shield and blow them up. Hey! Problem solved. It's a good thing destroying those lasers didn't trigger any kind of alarms or anything. Seriously, I'm only on page 12 and I really want to jump to the end of this book because, oh my god, it gets way worse. And I wasn't really sure you could get worse than this because this is terrible as is. Now, I'm not going to show it because it's really going to fucking pointless, but like another turret pops up and Falcon uses his wings to blow it up, and finally some guards decide to show up. And of course, Black Widow goes and takes him out. You know, no big deal. I don't fucking care. I'm just moving on. Ah, crap. Cut out my cable. So Cap is like, hey, Avengers, assemble. Even though we're technically already assembled, and Falcon's like, I'm gonna fly through this corridor, which I'm pretty sure my wings are too big to fit through. It's cool, man. It's cool. So they finally show up, and the bad guys are all very casual. So Black Widow's like, hey, I want to take out Lady Stroganoff. And Cap's like, hey, Natasha, it's cool. No big deal. I'll fight this big brute, which I know I can take out with my shield with ease, because there's absolutely no tension in this story whatsoever. So Lady Stroganoff is all standing there like with her hands behind her back, all casual like, because, you know, it's just the fucking Avengers. They're not a real threat or anything. I'm pretty sure any good Bond villain at this point would be like calling for security and making sure the room fills with people with guns. I love this really, really terrible expression on her face as she's getting throat punched. Yeah, it's it looks fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm not gonna show the stuff with Cap because it's kind of fucking pointless. We're just gonna jump to the end. So this is like the best fucking part. You know how they go and defeat Lunar? Falcon flies Panther into the cannon and he drops his vibranium gauntlets to the fragments of the crystal skull or whatever. And apparently that's enough to sabotage it. So when Lady My Name Is So Fucking Russian, It Hurts Because It's Topical in 2018 goes and punches the button, it goes and causes the cannons to explode, giving our heroes enough time to run back to the Quinjet. You know, because it's not a big deal. There must be a slight delay in the explosion of the cannon. Oh, but here is the best fucking part. The creme de la creme of this story. So it ends with Black Widow saying this.
Speaking of silence, you've been rather quiet, Cap, considering we just saved Earth from enslavement.
So Cap responds back with, oh, I was just musing, Natasha. You know, perhaps under another circumstance, wouldn't it be the cause of rejoicing if all the world's weapons were destroyed? Wow, suddenly this comic book's turning into an anti-gun PSA. So Falcon pipes in with, excuse me for saying, but isn't that just a touch naive, coming from a guy who's a living legend from World War II? And Natasha's like,
I agree.
And Cap rebuttals with, no one knows the horrors of a global conflict better than I do. And no one wants an end a war more so than a man whose very purpose in life is to fight. And it reminds me of what John Lennon said. Imagine a world where all the people live together in peace. Oh, and it gets better, folks, as he looks at you, the reader, and says, and that is a truly worthy dream to strive for, Avengers, and I'm a dreamer too. Now, I'm not really sure if that's a direct reference to John Lennon or whatnot, but it sure seems like a DACA reference to me. Oh, Jesus. So it goes from 0 being totally fucking heinous and got cranked all the way up to cringeworthy SJW Marvel. Yay! So it makes me so excited for Ta-Nehisi Coates to take over for Captain America, because that's not gonna be a fucking train wreck or anything. Normally I hate Free Comic Book Day, but I'm really looking forward to it because his book comes out. Oh my god. I have to say thank you to my comic shop for giving me the ability to go and bypass the line and hold the book for me, because I'm really looking forward to roasting the fuck out of that book with a goddamn blowtorch. Anyway, folks, it's 1 a.m. for me, and I gotta go crash out, so thank you for spending some time with me, listening to me rant about a shitty comic book, because, you know, it was kind of fun. So, you know the routine. Click that bell for notifications, subscribe if you can tolerate the sound of my voice, and as always, folks, enjoy your reads. And yes, I know, it's not Ralph Macchio the Karate Kid.